Hi, this is the mock speaking test for International English Language Testing System. My name is Vikas Sharma. I am going to be your IELTS test examiner today. Today is 27th of July 2024. The candidate is Riya Bhushan. The candidate number is 193434 and this test is being recorded for quality and evaluation purpose. Hi.
Hi.
May I know your complete name, please?
Well, my full name is Riya Bhushan. Please call me Riya.
Riya, can I have your ID, please?
Yes, sure. Here it is.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much. Riya, in this first part for IELTS speaking, I'll be asking you some questions about yourself and most of them are personal. So, are you a student or do you work?
Well, I'm a medical student and recently I have completed my senior secondary education from this major, and these days I'm working on my communication skills so that I can pursue my further undergraduate course in abroad.
Where are you from?
I'm from a small village, Pabnawa, that comes under Kaithal district and it is situated in the northern part of India.
So, would you say that it's an interesting place to live?
Well, yes, that's why I've been living there. I especially love the neighborhood and the facilities that government provide us. And whenever I need any kind of help, my neighbors are always willing to lend their hand to just help me. And talking about the facilities, there are some basic facilities like education, healthcare, and transportation, which just make our life more easier.
So, do you plan to live here in future as well?
Well, as I'm growing up and I want to pursue my tertiary education, I feel like I want to step out of my hometown and I need to go abroad so that I can pursue my further graduation in abroad.
Let's discuss some questions about desk mates. So, did you like your desk mates in primary school?
Of course, I really liked my desk mates, especially a girl called Jasnoor. She's like my childhood friend and I still remember my first day of my primary school. At the time I was kind of like little nervous because it was my first time, and she was the one who just calmed me down and introduced me to my classmates, and she even gave me a little school tour, and it's still like the memorable moment for me.
Can students choose their desk mates in your country?
Well, most of the time, yes, they can choose like till their elementary education because there is no such strict restriction on that. But after that, teachers is the one who like they have to assign and they have to arrange the seating arrangement as per the students' progress and how they are performing in their academics. So I think most of the time, the students can just choose their desk mates.
Is it good for children to play with their classmates?
Definitely, yes. I think playing with the classmate not only help them to just strengthen their bond, but also to just unwind themselves from their monotonous schedule, because all the time they just have to just study and study. So playing with their classmates also is just a great way to rejuvenate themselves.
Let's talk about maths. So, do you think it is difficult to learn mathematics well?
Well, to be honest, I think yes, it's kind of like hard to learn mathematics because it's not like other subject where students can just rely on memorization or they can use rote method. Here, students just have to understand the underlying principle of mathematics, and mathematics involve a wide range of topics like arithmetic, calculus, and statics, which just make it kind of like hard for student to learn.
Do you often use a calculator?
In my day-to-day life, yes, I use calculator for various purposes. Like if I'm going for shopping, I'm going to determine the discounts or the sale, or for budgeting as well. And sometimes I have to teach my younger brother mathematics. So in like at that time, I use calculator so that I can make calculation more easier.
Do you think mathematics is important?
Well, yes, I think mathematics play a very significant role in various fields like science, technology, and many more. So I think mathematics is like an integral part of this field. Besides this, as I mentioned earlier, as I use mathematics in my day-to-day life, it's also important for everyone, and they can just use mathematical on their daily basis to make their life more easier and to just do basic calculations.
Let's talk about girls and boys when it comes to mathematics. So, do you think girls are generally good at maths?
Well, girls are not the exception. Like, if boys can perform well, I think girls are also the best. And I have seen so many girls that like used to excel in maths as compared to the boys. And I think mathematical abilities is not something that we inherit from, like, we can't inherit it from our parents. But if someone who want to excel in mathematics, they need practice and they need to understand their concept. So I think with the proper guidance from the teachers and doing practice on the daily basis, anyone can just score best and score good at mathematics.
Well, that's the end of your IELTS speaking part 1. In part 2 for this test, I am going to give you a topic to speak upon. You have to speak on this topic for 1 or 2 minutes. You can make notes if you wish to, and you have 1 minute for the preparation of the notes. Do you understand?
Yes.
Wonderful. So here is your topic. You have to talk about a project that you have worked on recently. Here is the paper and the pencil. And your time starts now. Well, you may begin speaking now.
Well, I would like to begin by saying that after completing my 12th board, I was just feeling very tired and just very bored because I had nothing to do, because most of the time I just stay busy with my academics. So at that time, in order to kill my monotonous schedule, I just decided to pursue a new skill, and that was none other than graphic designing. I purchased an online course, and after learning some of the basic principle of graphic designing, I just decided to test it on myself, and I requested one of our local non-profit organization whether I can design their website or not, and they agreed with that. So after some days, I met and collaborated some of the developers and designers of the local community, and I worked with them. It was like a whole new experience for me because I never worked in a team before, and it was like a graphic designing for me. Besides this, after we collaborated, we even interviewed some of the organization staff and their supporters, so that we can just get the insight into what are the requirements and what modification we need to do to that particular website. And our main objective was just to modernize the design and to enhance its functionality, and basically to add a donation system.
Well, thank you so much. That's the end of your cue card. Can I have the pencil and paper back?
Yes.
Thank you. In this last part for IELTS speaking, I'll be asking you some general questions about the topic you just spoke about. What do you think are the most important qualities required in teamwork?
Well, there are several kinds of qualities that is like a kind of crucial for working in a team. First one is the patience, I think, because if someone is not patient with themselves or with others, they are like going to create many conflicts, and it can also lead to several arguments in a team, because there are several kinds of personality in a team that working in that team project. So I think everyone have their own perspectives and their thoughts. So I think someone who have like patience, they are like better to perform in a team. So that could be the first quality. Beside this, second quality could be like to express themselves fully. Like someone who is good at expressing themselves and representing themselves well, I think they can easily work in a team without any problem, because they would be able to express their thoughts and ideas very well, and they would be able to understand others' perspective as well.
So are team projects in school different from those in a professional setup?
Well, yes, there is a huge difference between both of them. Firstly, if I talk about in terms of purpose, I think school projects are often assigned for the fun and learning purpose, and a school just wanted to foster the learning among students. So that's why they always organize these types of projects, so that students can interact with other students and basically just expand their horizon of knowledge. On the other hand, if I talk about in the workplace, I think most of the projects are like done and assigned so that they can like increase their increase their profit, and they just can basically contribute to the growth of their company. And there are several kinds of deadlines and time limit in the projects at the workplace. So workers and employees often have to complete their projects before approaching these deadlines, because if they are unable to do that, they might lose their score, and it would be like a hamper, like it would be destructive for their personal growth as well, and for their professional growth as well.
What are the challenges that might be involved in teamwork?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, like the conflict might arise in a team. So someone who is working in a team, there is a higher chances that they might argue with someone else, or like there is a higher chances of conflict.
Why?
Like as I told you before, like there is all, like we have different personality, and different people work in a different like in a team, so they have different thoughts, and they, like some of them are very aggressive, some of them very recessive. So some people might try to dominate over the other, and they might try to turn them down, because they feel like the other person doesn't have that much particular knowledge regarding that project. So I think that could be the reason that can lead to the conflicts in a team.
Is there any way to overcome these challenges?
Well, yes, if there is a problem, there is a solution as well. Firstly, if I talk about the challenges of like becoming dependent on other in a team member, in a teamwork, most of the time team members are more likely to depend on others so that they can do their work.
Why?
Well, it's just human tendency, I would say. Everyone is just like very lazy, so, especially when working in a team. So at that time, an individual think like other person is better at doing that project, so they are more likely to depend on others.
Let's talk about future workplaces. So, how important do you think teamwork will be in future professional places?
Well, there's no doubt it will just continue to be the crucial, because teamwork is something that like contribute to the growth of a particular company, and it also beneficial for the personal personal life as well for of the workers. Like they can just enhance their bond, or just strengthen their bonding with the employees, and it just create more engaging
Well, thank you
environment.
so much. That's the end of your IELTS speaking test today. Thank you.